Ranked in Deadlock has a door on it, and the number written on that door is 60 wins in standard mode rather than 60 games played. Valve's wording is exact, that to be eligible to queue for ranked mode, you must have at least 60 wins in the standard mode. A week where you queued constantly and lost moves, you no closer to it than a week you did not play at all. At an even win rate, 60 wins is somewhere near 120 games, and the even win rate is my assumption, rather than a number Valve published. There is a second gate standing behind the first one, and it is the one people misread. Ranked only lets you pick heroes you have won at least 15 games with in standard mode, and you need at least 3 of those before the queue will treat your roster as valid. 15 wins on 3 heroes is 45 wins. The number on the door is 60. Those 45 are standard wins, so they sit inside the 60 rather than stacking on top of it, and that is the whole trap. You do not need 105 wins to queue ranked. You need 60, and 45 of them have to be distributed across exactly 3 heroes. Anybody adding the 2 numbers together has invented a wall that does not exist, and anybody assuming the hero grind covers the account gate finishes their 3rd hero and finds themselves still 15 wins away from the queue. Which of the 2 you hit last depends entirely on how you played. If you spread your wins across a dozen heroes, you will clear 60 long before you have 3 at 15. If you have been one-tricking since the playtest, you will have your 3 heroes ready and still be short on the account total. The 3 heroes you unlock are also the only 3 you can pick in ranked once you get there, which turns the unlock grind into a roster decision that most people are making without noticing. The fastest route to 15 wins is whoever you win most easily with in standard, and the price of that route is paid later, in a queue where those are the only names available to you. Ranked also runs 3 bans instead of 2. If your pool is exactly 3 heroes, a single ban removes a third of it before you have made one decision of your own, and there is no 4th name behind it to move to. There is a swap, and it is smaller than people expect. You get 1 hero swap per player in pregame, and it only works into a hero nobody has already picked, and that you have already unlocked for ranked. The swap, therefore, spends one of the same 3 names you arrived with, unless there is a 4th hero at 15 wins sitting behind them. Enemy swaps are not shown to you live. What you saw on their side when everybody locked in is not necessarily what walks out of their spawn. The place it cost you is your opening item build, since you are buying against a hero that may already have changed. So Hero 4 is not a luxury pick. It is what gives the swap somewhere to go, and it is what stops a ban from deciding your game before the horn. There is a version of this decision that is genuinely worth thinking about, which is picking 3 heroes that fail differently. 3 heroes that all want the same lane, the same items, and the same tempo means 1 bad matchup is 3 bad matchups, and the swap you get cannot fix a problem all 3 of them share. Everybody entering ranked plays a calibration phase of 8 games, and Valve put a ceiling on where you can come out of it. Their wording is that players can only exit calibration at a max rank of Oracle 6. So however well you played those 8, the result was capped, and it was capped at the same place for everybody who queued. You cannot be in a party during calibration matches either. Your first 8 ranked games this season were solo whether you wanted them to be or not, and so were everyone else's, which is the one thing this season did that put every player through an identical experience. 2 things follow from that ceiling, and both are worth holding on to. The first is that a low placement is close to meaningless as a verdict on you, because nobody was allowed to place high, so the entire ladder got compressed underneath a single line. Where you landed inside a compressed range tells you much less than the same placement would in a season with no cap on it. The second is that 8 games is a small sample for a system that has to guess at your rank from scratch. 8 games of solo queue includes everything your teammates did in them, and calibration is reading a win-loss record it can only partly attribute to you. If you came out of it somewhere you think is wrong, the sample size alone is enough to explain it. The ladder above calibration is 11 ranks, and this is the part that a lot of the writing about Deadlock quietly gets wrong. In climbing order, it goes Initiate, Seeker, Acolyte, Sentinel, Mystic, Ritualist, Emissary, Oracle, Phantom, Ascendant, Eternus. Obscurus is not a 12th rank you climb through. It is the uncalibrated state you sit in until your 8 games are done, so the number you actually climb is 11. Each rank holds 6 sub-ranks, numbered 1 to 6, with 6 at the top, which is why the calibration ceiling reads as Oracle 6 rather than Oracle 1. 11 ranks at 6 sub-ranks each is 66 positions on the ladder, and every one of them is a promotion you have to buy. The prices are published, and they are not flat. A sub-rank promotion costs 1,000 rank points, and the final sub-rank before a new rank costs 2,000. So the last step inside every rank is double the price of the 5 underneath it, and the shape of a climb is 5 ordinary steps, and then a wall, repeated all the way up. Loss protection sits at those same boundaries, 5 games of it at a full rank boundary and 2 at a sub-rank boundary. That is the system deliberately making it difficult to fall straight back through a promotion you just earned, and it is worth knowing before you read a losing evening as a collapse. Eternus runs on a different rule from everything below it. Its subranks are percentile based, and they update daily, so an Eternus subrank is your position relative to the other Eternus players on that particular day, rather than a threshold you crossed once and now own. You can move inside Eternus without playing a game because the people around you played. Valve has published no rank distribution, so everything in this section is third-party data, and I want that on the record before any of the numbers. It comes from the Deadlock API badge distribution endpoint, ranked matches only, pulled on the 10th of August across roughly 152,000 matches. A quarter of every ranked match in that sample is being played at Oracle, 25.7%, against Phantom directly above it on 0.93%, and Ascendant and Eternus on 0 recorded ranked matches between them. 2 ranks in this game currently exist in the client and nowhere in the match data. Everything below Oracle is close to flat. Initiate is on 8.2%, Seeker 11.7, Acolyte 10.6, Sentinel 9.7, Mystic 10.7, Ritualist 11.1, and Emissary 11.4. 7 ranks inside a 4-point spread, and then 1 rank carrying a quarter of the game on its own. The spike sits exactly where the calibration ceiling was, which is the whole explanation. 8 games, capped at Oracle 6, for every player who entered, ranked in the first 11 days, so the population piled up against the cap, and it has only had days to move off it. The reason to care is not curiosity about other people's ranks. If a quarter of the population is standing at 1 rank, that rank has the fastest queue in the game and the widest spread of genuine skill inside it. Everybody who would have placed above it was held there alongside everybody who genuinely belonged there. Above that line, the pool thins immediately, and thin pools are where queue times stretch and matchmaking starts reaching further to fill a lobby. Ranked is solo or duo only right now, and if you queue as a duo, both players have to be at most 1 rank away from each other. Valve's own example in the announcement is a Mystic queuing with a Ritualist, which sounds tight until you take it to its edge. Mystic 1 queuing with Ritualist 6 is 1 rank apart by the rule and 11 sub-rank positions apart on the ladder, so 2 players inside a perfectly legal duo can be most of a rank and a half apart, and the only thing the system is actually measuring, and the rule reads as though it permits 1 step. At the top of the ladder, it inverts. An Eternus player can only queue with another Eternus player, and only within 3 sub-ranks of them, so the highest rank in the game is on a tighter leash than every rank below it. That follows from the percentile rule, since the distance between the bottom and the top of Eternus is enormous in a way that a fixed sub-rank never is. 2 more things will stop you queuing outright. You cannot party during your 8 calibration games, which is why this season starts solo for everybody, and you cannot queue ranked at all while you have an active sanction on the account, low priority, or a communications ban included, so your duo sanction takes both of you out of the queue rather than just them. Valve wrote that they recognized the party size and rank spread limits might be too restrictive, and that they wanted to start off this way and then adjust in the future as needed. That is a stated intention with no date attached, and it does tell you which direction the next change to this system is likely to travel. Valve predicted the rough queues in the launch post before a single ranked game had been played. They wrote that they expected the next week or so to be very rocky, as the ranked matchmaking pool would start off very thin, with most players not having the unlock requirements done yet. They added that this would have a significant effect on queue times and match quality until things stabilize. The mechanism behind that is the gate itself. Eligibility is counted in wins, so the ranked population grows at the speed of everybody's win rate rather than at the speed of their playtime. A player who queues all week and loses is exactly as ineligible on Sunday as they were on Monday. A pool that fills at that rate fills over weeks. A thin pool is the real cause of a match that feels wrong. Matchmaking can only choose from the people queuing at your rank in that moment, so with few players in the pool, it either makes you wait longer or reaches further out for opponents. Reaching further is what produces the game, where one side was obviously never in the same bracket. The timescale is published. The season started on the 30th of July and runs to the 7th of October, so the pool has months rather than days in which to fill. A thin queue caused by an unlocked gate is the kind of problem that solves itself as more people clear the gate. One related change landed on the same day and is worth knowing if leaderboards matter to you. The global leaderboard threshold went from 50 games in 30 days up to 75, and the hero-specific threshold went from 20 games up to 30. Hero leaderboards also added a requirement of 100 lifetime wins on that hero. Every part of this season is asking for more games before it will measure you. One small thing will cost you a game if you find it out at the wrong moment. Pausing is disabled for the first 2 minutes of a match. I found that by checking in-game rather than by reading it in a patch note, so treat it as an observation rather than as something Valve wrote down, and it holds. The window it takes away from you is the worst one it could take. The first 2 minutes is lane assignment, your opening items, the boxes, and the point where a hero swap you never saw on the enemy side finally becomes visible. If your settings are wrong, or your audio is routed to the wrong device, or somebody at your door needs 30 seconds of your attention, you are playing through all of it. So the fix is boring, and it is entirely on your side of the screen. Sort the settings, the volume, and the room out before you press Q, because the first 2 minutes of a Deadlock match is when you have the least ability to stop and the most decisions to get right. Everything up to this point is the rule set, which is published and checkable. This part is community practice, rather than anything Valve wrote, and I am flagging the difference because the two get quoted at each other as though they carried the same weight. Check the top bar at the start of the match, since it names your lane opponents, and let your first items answer whether the hero across from you is dealing gun damage or spirit damage. Clear the wave before you rotate, because minions left standing hand over free souls and shove your own lane while you are away from it. Do not overvalue the early guardian, and never trade a death to delay one falling. The map runs on a clock you can simply learn. Boxes arrive around 2 minutes, bridge buffs run on roughly a 5-minute cycle, and the urn and the mid-boss both land at 10. Mid-boss control is what sets tempo through the mid and late game, and in lower lobbies, it decides entire matches on its own. When somebody on the enemy team dies, spend those seconds on a walker, a camp, or the urn instead of hunting the next kill. Balance your side lanes with neutral camps rather than roaming for fights, because the souls from a camp are guaranteed and the fight is not. 2 that most players have never tried. Hold crouch as you mantle a ledge, and you keep the momentum into a power slide, which saves stamina and closes ground faster than running it. And use the ping wheel to call a target, because a team focusing one target at a time wins fights it has no business winning. 2 that cost you rank rather than souls. Stop queuing after 2 or 3 losses in a row, since the game you play immediately after a loss streak is reliably the worst one you play all night, and stay on a small pool of heroes you are comfortable on instead of forcing meta picks, which matters twice as much in ranked, where the only heroes you can pick are ones you already have 15 wins with. So here's the whole system, in the order you meet it. 60 standard wins to open the queue, with 45 of them sitting inside that number, as 15 wins each on 3 separate heroes. Those 3 become your ranked roster, against 3 bans and 1 pregame swap that only works into an unpicked hero you have already unlocked. 8 solo calibration games with a ceiling at Oracle 6, 11 ranks of 6 sub-ranks each, 1,000 rank points per promotion, and 2,000 for the last one inside a rank, with loss protection at both kinds of boundary, solo or duo only, 1 rank of spread, 3 sub-ranks if you are Eternus, no queue at all with an active sanction, and a season that runs to the 7th of October. The part I would act on first is the part that is hardest to undo later. Your first 3 heroes are a season-long roster decision being made by people who believe they are just grinding wins, and a 4th hero at 15 wins is the cheapest insurance available in the game. Tell me which 3 you unlocked, and whether you would pick the same 3 again, knowing what the bans do. I will read everyone.